Listening. Listening is one of the most vital and potent communication tools in the organization. It is believed that listening, if you listen efficiently, it will improve your performance as well as it will boost your growth. So, let us look at the listening benefits. 80% of the managers believe that listening will improve your work efficiency and in turn it will reflect in the results. So, 80% of the managers, that means a whopping number of managers, believe that benefits of listening will have a direct effect in your performance. So listening also will bolster your personal, professional, and organizational goals. So, listening, unarguably, is one of the most important communication tools that are useful to achieve success in personal life as well as in organization. So, let me ask you a question. How many ears we have? Two, right? How many mouths we have? What type of question is it? How many mouths we have? We have only one mouth. Yeah, I know some people are double mouth. That's a different issue. So it probably goes to show that God has given you two ears and one mouth. That means to say that you should listen twice as much as you talk. So let's have a look at what research says about listening. Out of the 100% we listen, we only process 25% of that information. So whatever we listen, we only process 25%. So what about the remaining 75%? That's already missed. So out of this 25%, 50% of the information will be forgotten in 24 hours. Can you believe this? We only process 25%, and out of this 25%, 50% will be forgotten in 24 hours. And human brain has capacity to compile 500 to 700 words in a minute, but an average speaker is only able to retain 100 to 150 words per minute. So the question comes, how to listen? How to listen? You should listen to understand others. You shouldn't listen merely for the sake of it. If you merely listen for the sake of it, you will miss the whole point, right? And only if you try to understand others' point of view, your listening will be very efficient. So, how to improve your listening skills? Be an efficient listener. Listen attentively. Focus and pay attention to what other person is saying. So it's very clear. Focus all your attention on what the other person is trying to say. Try to understand. So you should listen to understand. The second point is practice mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Mindfulness is doing one thing at the same time, because you cannot speak and listen at the same time. It's merely impossible. The brain can only perform one task at a time. So, mindfulness is, suppose if you're driving a car, you're just focusing your attention on the car and you should not divert your attention. So you should be mindful to the listening. When you are listening to the sender, you should focus all your attention on the message he is sending across. So, what he wants to convey, what is the most important essence or the most important point he wants to convey, and what is the essence of the message. So, focus on the essence of the message. So, in order to do this, we should follow a holistic way. How to understand things in a holistic way? You should entirely listen each and every word. Try to focus on the entire message as well as focus on the vocabulary. So here the point is, we should understand the meaning overall in a holistic way, and we should try to understand the vocabulary he is using to understand what other person is trying to say, you should focus on the tone and tenor of the communication. The tone and tenor can be of different types. So let us look at this example. Could you focus on the defects ASAP? Could you focus on the defects ASAP? You should focus on the defects right now. So what is the tone? The first one is more softer. So the second one is not so softer. So if you understand the tone of the communication, you will have an idea what the person is trying to communicate. So you can understand the mood of a person as well. So the next one is empathy. Empathy is the most important soft skill, and it is one of my personal favorites. And we're going to discuss about empathy in the later parts of our curriculum. So empathy is trying to understand things from the point of view of others. So you should feel into the shoes of the others and try to role play them. Try to think as if they were you. If you were them, how would you react? So you should try to understand things from their point of view. So if you think from their point of view, you will have a better understanding and you can develop empathy as well. So to be a better listener, you should develop empathy. So here I'm going to give you a case study. So Rahul is a software engineer. So his boss is trying to ask him some questions. So he's asking his boss in this meeting is asking him, can you update me about the new functionality we discussed in the last meeting? Rahul is stumbled. He was unable to recall. Why this happened? Why you think this happened? Because he didn't expect that boss would ask the question. At the same time, he didn't listen efficiently. He didn't listen attentively in the last meeting. He thought it's okay, it will be fine to take these things lightly because he will not be asked the questions about this. So if you were Rahul, what could have been done to prevent this? You should write down your notes on this, and what would you do to improve the situation? So you please write down these two answers, and we are going to discuss this in the next session. So I have a checklist for you. So I'm going to tell you the questions. You should write yes or no. Do you think you are a good listener? Yes or no. Do you listen to understand? Yes or no. Are you updated and well informed about the things in the organization? Yes or no. Are you willing to listen and improve? Yes or no. So if you get 4 S's, your listening skills are top notch. And if you get 3, you're excellent. And if you get 2, you're okay and you can improve. If you get 0, no problem. Ignorance is the bliss. You can always improve. You can always get 4. So I'm going to give a self-assessment feedback. The first one, I can listen effectively when. So when do you listen effectively? So what kind of situations you require, or what kind of environment you require to listen effectively? You should write down. And I don't listen effectively when. So when you don't listen effectively, you should write down. What are my strongest areas of listening? So what are your strongest areas of listening? You should write down. And what are my weakest areas of listening? So you should write down. So you please write down all these things, and we're going to discuss this in the next session. I'm going to explain and I'm going to elucidate how to improve upon these things in the next session. So here are some exercises to improve your listening skills. So from now onwards, try to listen to everyone, especially try to listen to your colleagues, try to listen to your managers, listen attentively, follow mindfulness, have empathy, like we discussed before. So here is an exercise. Try to watch a video on YouTube in a language which you are not aware of. It can be a French or it can be a Spanish. Try to watch a movie or anything and try to understand and interpret the message in that video. Right? You don't understand a lot of things in that video, but still you try to connect the dots and write a story or write a message, right? And the next thing is, just like the charity begins at home, we should start listening at home. Yeah, you're right. First, try to listen to your parents, listen to your mother, try to understand in totality, in a holistic way, what they are trying to convey. For an example, your mother might say, "Take care. Beta, please take care." The take care can have a many connotations, right? Take care means she's asking you to take care of your health, to wear a mask, to sanitize, not to socialize, to have your food on time, or to eat properly, to have a nutritious food, to have a better sleep. She can mean a lot of things. So the one line or one sentence can mean a lot of things. So you should listen and try to decipher that message. Try to listen to your spouses, try to listen to your kids, try to listen to your colleagues, try to listen to your managers, especially when the virtual meet is going on. Try to listen and focus on the message what others are trying to deliver. So guys, that's all for this session, and we're going to discuss further about most wonderful communication skills in the next coming sessions. Thank you so much, and see you next time.